Have you ever wondered what would happen if humans suddenly disappeared? Let's take a moment to ponder this curious scenario. Imagine this: the hustle and bustle of human activity ceases abruptly. The world's power plants, no longer supervised by their human caretakers, begin to shut down one by one. As the generators of electricity fall silent, a wave of darkness sweeps across the globe, city by city, town by town. The once vibrant and lit-up urban landscapes are now shrouded in an eerie calm and darkness. Meanwhile, our pets and livestock, finding themselves suddenly without their human companions, would be left to their own devices. Locked doors and gates would no longer be barriers as they gradually break free, driven by instinct and the need for survival. Dogs, cats, horses, and countless other animals would venture into the quiet wilderness, adapting and evolving to their new reality. As the days pass, the absence of human activity would also allow nature to start its slow but steady process of reclamation. Concrete jungles, once teeming with human life, would begin to transform as wildlife starts to creep back in. Deer grazing on the once manicured lawns of suburban homes, birds nesting in the towering skyscrapers, and vines weaving their way through the silent streets would become the new normal. The world as we know it would undergo a dramatic transformation. Human influence, once so pervasive and dominant, would slowly fade away, leaving behind a planet that seems almost alien yet oddly familiar. The immediate aftermath of our sudden disappearance would indeed be a sight to behold. A world without us, a world returning to its primal state, a world that is both haunting and fascinating. As the sun sets on the first day without humans, an eerie silence falls over the cities. A silence that speaks volumes about our impact on this planet and the resilience of nature in our absence. But this is just the beginning of our journey into the world without us. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this intriguing scenario. As weeks turn into months, nature begins to take back what was once its own. The concrete jungles, once bustling with human activity, start to experience a slow but steady transformation. The iron and steel structures that once pierced the sky now stand as the silent witnesses of a bygone era. The silent streets and vacant buildings are no longer devoid of life. The relentless march of flora starts to take over, as plants no longer hindered by human intervention begin to reclaim the urban landscapes. Vines creep over the walls, trees sprout from cracks in the pavement, and flowers bloom amidst the concrete, painting a vivid tableau of nature's resilience. As the plant life flourishes, the animal kingdom also adapts to this new world order. Devoid of human presence, animals venture into the deserted cities, exploring and claiming these spaces as their new habitats. Deer graze in abandoned parks, birds nest in the eaves of empty buildings, and a symphony of wildlife sounds replaces the once familiar city noise. The disappearance of humans also brings an unexpected boon to our planet. Pollution levels, which have been a persistent problem for centuries, begin to decrease. With the cessation of industrial activities, the air becomes cleaner, the rivers run clearer, and the skies return to their pristine blue. The earth, no longer choked by pollutants, starts to breathe anew. This transformation, however, is not instantaneous. It is a gradual process, a slow dance of nature reclaiming its space, one leaf, one animal, one clear sky at a time. But as the years roll on, the signs of human civilization start to fade. The once towering skyscrapers are now cloaked in green. The streets, once filled with vehicles, are now paths for wildlife. Within a few years, the Earth looks less like a bustling metropolis, and more like a scene from a post-apocalyptic movie. But in this post-human world, nature thrives, painting a poignant picture of life's tenacity and adaptability in the face of change. The Earth, in its silence, continues to spin, reminding us of the impermanence of our existence and the enduring resilience of nature. Fast forward a few decades, and the signs of human civilization start to fade. With no one to maintain them, the towering skyscrapers, once symbols of human progress, begin to crumble. The steel structures, deprived of their regular upkeep, succumb to the relentless forces of nature. The iron starts to rust, the concrete starts to crack, and slowly, the buildings start to fall, one by one, like a deck of cards in a gust of wind. Simultaneously, the vast network of roads that once connected cities and towns become a canvas for nature's artistry. With no vehicles to keep them clear, vegetation starts to reclaim these artificial pathways. Grass sprouts through the asphalt, bushes encroach from the edges, and trees eventually sprout, splitting the roads apart. The once bustling highways become silent trails, lost under a lush green blanket. Meanwhile, up in the sky, the satellites that once kept us connected in an intricate web of communication start their descent. With no one to correct their orbits, they are pulled towards Earth by gravity, burning up in the atmosphere or crashing into the oceans. The night sky, once dotted with artificial stars, regains its pristine clarity, undisturbed by human intervention. Underground, the extensive subway systems and tunnels, once teeming with life, now lie abandoned. Flooded with water and overrun by wildlife, they become a surreal testament to a world that once was. Fast forward even more, and around a century after our disappearance, the signs of our once thriving civilizations are almost completely erased. The only survivors of this purge are the grand structures built by our ancestors. The Great Wall of China, the Pyramids of Giza, and a few other ancient structures stand tall, a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. They remain, silent and stoic, the last witnesses to a species that once ruled the planet, now gone without a trace. After a century or so, the only traces of human existence are the Great Wall of China, the Pyramids of Giza, and a few other ancient structures. Even though humans are long gone, their impact on the planet is not. The traces of our existence linger in the form of plastic pollution, nuclear waste, and the ongoing effects of climate change, all of which would continue to shape the Earth in our absence. Let's begin with plastic pollution. It's estimated that plastic takes about 500 to 1,000 years to degrade, so even centuries after humanity's disappearance, remnants of our throwaway culture would still be visible, scattered across landscapes and ocean floors. This plastic legacy, a testament to our convenience-driven lifestyles, would continue to impact ecosystems and wildlife long after we're gone. Then, there's nuclear waste. With no humans around to manage them, nuclear power plants would eventually fail, leading to catastrophic meltdowns. Radioactive materials from these sites would leak into the surrounding environment, creating uninhabitable zones that could persist for tens of thousands of years. And we can't forget about climate change. The carbon dioxide we've pumped into the atmosphere has set in motion a series of long-term climatic shifts. Even without further human emissions, the Earth would continue warming for some time, leading to rising sea levels, shifting weather patterns, and disruptions to ecosystems worldwide. But it's not all doom and gloom. In the absence of human influence, some species might evolve in new and unexpected ways. With no humans to compete with or fear, certain animals might grow larger, develop new behaviors, or move into habitats they previously avoided. Our departure could spark a burst of evolutionary creativity, as life finds a way to fill the niches we left behind. In the end, the Earth moves on, adapting and evolving in the absence of its most dominant species. Our lasting legacy, then, is a world forever changed by our actions, yet resilient enough to forge a new path forward, shaped by the forces of nature, time, and life itself. Despite the daunting impacts of our existence, life in its tenacious march carries on. In the absence of human beings, nature displays its resilience and adaptability. Some species, once on the brink of extinction due to human activities, would begin to thrive again. The wolves, bears, big cats, and other large predators that we once drove from their habitats would slowly return, re-establishing their territories and restoring balance to ecosystems. The skies would once again be dominated by birds, their songs echoing through the ruins of our cities, and the seas would teem with life, freed from the threat of overfishing and pollution. Forests would reclaim the land, their roots cracking through concrete and asphalt, their branches reaching for the sky where skyscrapers once stood. In the radioactive wastelands left by nuclear meltdowns, new forms of life could emerge, adapted to thrive in these harsh conditions. Even in the face of climate change, life would find a way. New species might evolve better suited to a warmer world, and over time, the Earth's climate would stabilize once more, the excess carbon dioxide gradually absorbed by the oceans and plant life. Yes, the Earth would bear the scars of our presence for millennia to come, but it would also wear these scars as badges of survival and resilience. In the end, our legacy would be a testament not to our dominance, but to the enduring power of life itself, capable of surviving and thriving even in the wake of our departure. So, as we look to the future, we can take comfort in the knowledge that no matter what happens to us, life on Earth will continue to evolve, adapt, and flourish in ways we can only begin to imagine. If you enjoyed this journey into a world without humans, don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking content.